So far, we were discussing about percentages, and we covered 37 questions and some previous questions as well in it. This class, we are going to cover previous year questions of SSC CGL 2023, the last year's questions. Once we complete 2023, we'll go for 22 and 21 as well, the remaining years as well. So in every year, the complexity of the questions is being increased. So unless you have the command and the techniques on your fingertips, you can't solve them very easily. So if you go through these questions, you will understand how the toughness has increased. No problem. At the same time, make it easier for you. Don't have to worry. Just follow my classes, make it clear all the concepts. So coming to the topic, the following pie charts show the data of the number of appeared and past students. So he's talking about appeared students and past students. For the class 12 in sections A, B, C, D, and E. So observing these diagrams, you are supposed to find how many students failed in section C. Okay, how many students failed in section C. So all our concentration should be shifted to only section C, because the question is about section C only, right? So observe C. Here C is having 100 degrees, and here C is having, the gray color is having 25%. So now what I'll do, our aim is to find out failed students. So first, how many students appeared, how many passed, then you will be finding how many failed. So using the data, you are supposed to find out. See, for 100 degrees, how many students can be there? So your total number of students are 1800. So if total number of students are 1800, so this 1800 is for these 60 degrees, because the sections were represented in the form of circle. The sections were represented in the form of circle. You have to proportionate the sections with respect to the degrees of the circle. So in a circle, 360 degrees will be there. So 360 degrees, 360 degrees will be responsible for 360 degrees will be responsible for 1800 students. Then 100 degrees. 100 degrees. Why I'm taking 100 only? Because 100 is there for C. For 100 degrees, how many students? It's an easy thing. Whatever you need to find, just put it on the top. Whatever you know, put it on the bottom. And you know about 36 degrees, right? So that value should come here. Just simple thing like this. Whatever you know should come here, the bottom. Also the known thing. So for 100 degrees, how much it would be? Calculate. 0. 0 gets cancelled. 18 twice. 2 ones are 10 is there here. 2 5s are. So it means 500 students are there. Who are they? 500 students. Appeared students under section C. Under section C, for 100 degrees, there were 500 students appeared. He did not give the data directly. He gave you the degrees. Using the degrees, you are supposed to find out number of students belonging to that particular team. So he's not asking about A, B, D, and E. He's asking about only C. So that's why I've chosen C. So for C, 100 degrees is there. But total number of students, appear students are 1800. So 1800 is for the entire circle. The entire circle is of 360 degrees. So 360 degrees is having 1800 students. But 100 degrees will be having 500 students. Like that's how we calculate it. Right. Are we supposed to find out 500 students? No. We need failed in section C. 500 is total number of students appeared from section C is 500. In that some students failed. If you remove the failed students, you will get the passed students, or if you remove the passed students, you will get the failed students. But failed students is not given directly. Passed students is given. Passed students is given as 800. This 800 again, this 800 is for complete circle. Complete circle. See, here it is given in degrees, that's why you have equated it to 360, but here it is given percentages. So percentages for a circle it is 100%. So divide that percentages into parts. So here the diagram gray color is for C. So C is having 25%. So 25%. So 25%, how many number of students are there? That's what we are supposed to find. 100% is for 800 students. 100% is per 100% is per 800. If 800 is 100%, what is 10%? Put point, leave one digit and put point one here. So 80.0 is 10%. 10% is 80.0. But do you need only 10%? Need 25. One more 10%. 80.0. 5%. 40.0. The total 200 is equal to 25%. So 25% is 200. What is this 25%? From section C, passed students. From section C, passed students are 200 members, but appear students were 500. If you remove the passed students from appear students, you will get the failed students. So now you tell me how many failed in this exam from section C. 300 members. 300 members out of 500 members failed in section C. So what is the percentage of that? Is 75%. How many students passed? So what is the answer? Is answer 500 minus 200, 300 is the answer, correct option. So I'll explain you again what he has given a chart. Out of these two charts, you are supposed to find out failed students in section C. He gave appeared students as 1800, passed students as 800, but he did not give failed students. Okay. At the same time, he gave percentages in the second chart and degrees in the first chart. But we know in a circle, it will be having 360 degrees for complete circle. But if 360 degrees is responsible for total 1800 appear students, 100 degrees is responsible for how many students? Calculated as 500. These 500 students appeared from section C in the exam in class 12. And among them, 25% were passed out of 800. as per the second chart. But percentages, total circle belong to 100%. 100% is equivalent to 800, then 25% will be equivalent to 200. Directly you can say 800 off is 400, 50%. 25% is what? 200. Just remove the 200 from 500, 300 is answer. If you practice the questions multiple times, you will only find the shortcut. You will skip the steps. You will directly eliminate number of steps and you will find out the answer in seconds. So that is the reason you are supposed to solve as many questions as possible, the same pattern and in a different pattern. So if you solve the same pattern, your speed will increase. If you solve in different patterns, your analytical ability will increase, and that will give you a certain knowledge and the perspective to look at the question will change. So now we will go to the second question. Next question is the price of a sugar. This is tough question and you need concentration. The question number is 39 for us. It is see the I will explain the question first. You understand the question. Understanding the question is very much important in solving. The price of the sugar is increased by 20%. That is right. A family has decreased its consumption by 30%. Because of the increase in the price of sugar, they were using sugar. Suppose they were consuming 1 kg of sugar per month. Per month or per year, it doesn't matter. It just say, suppose they were using 1 kg of sugar before. When its rate was 100 rupees. Example, just assume. Most of the questions we solve based on the assumption itself. Okay? Suppose 100 rupees was the cost of sugar. Now it is increased by 20%, it cost became 120 rupees. Okay? Now its cost has become 120 rupees. Because of that, because of that, the family has decreased their consumption by 30%. Initially, how much they were using? 1 kg. 1 kg means 1000 grams. Now they reduced consumption by 30%. Means they are using it at 700 grams a month. Because of this, the expenditure of the family on sugar is decreased by, it's a question, how much percent? Okay, now we will calculate this based on assumptions. Okay, suppose the sugar rate was 100 because percentage is calculated for 100, right? Per cent per 100. So 100 rupees was there before. Before it was 100 rupees. The rate was 100 rupees. When the rate was 100 rupees, they were using 1 kg. That means 1000 grams. When the rate increased to 120 rupees, They are using 700 grams only. How we can solve it? When it is 120, they are using 700 grams. So further there will be, when it is 100, they were using 1000 grams. When it is 100 rupees, they were using 1000. Now it has become 120 rupees. When it is 120 rupees, they are using only 700 grams. Why? Because they reduced the consumption by 30%. Right? Now you tell me, for purchasing 700 grams, how much amount they spent? For purchasing 700 grams, how much amount they spent with this rate, that you need to find out. For 700 grams, how much it costs? Per 1000 grams, it is 120 rupees. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 gets 12 into 7 is 84. Now they are spending 84 rupees to buy 700 grams of sugar. They are not spending 100 rupees because they reduce the consumption. They they maintain the same 1 kg, then they need to spend 120 rupees, but they're not maintaining same consumption. Reduce the consumption because the rate is increased. To save some money, they reduce the consumption. 84 rupees, now they are spending to purchase 700. Initially, how much they were spending? 1000 grams. And how much amount? 100. So from 100 rupees, their budget, from 100 rupees, their budget is decreased. To which point? To 84. Initially, they were spending 100, now they are spending 84. How much is reduced? 16 rupees is reduced. So 16 from 100, how much percent it will become? 16. 16% it's because we are calculating for 100, right? So 100 rupees to 84. How much percent reduced? When it was 100, 100%. When it is reduced to 84, 16% is reduced. Yes. Third option, 16%. So the expenditure of the family on sugar is decreased by 16%. Expenditure is nothing but the amount of money they are spending on it is reduced by 16% because it is reduced by 16 rupees. So 16 rupees is nothing but 16%. Like that. Now here, this is the most important question. I like this question actually. So is having the question number is 40 for us. Question number is 40 for us. In this question, income tax percentage we are supposed to find. Okay. So if the income tax is increased by 19%, income tax is increased by 19%. The income tax is increased by 19%. What is happening? What is happening we are supposed? 19% of the net income. Okay, see here, the income tax is increased by 19%. Income tax is increased by 19%. Just income tax is increased by 19%. Then what happened? Net income, net income, net income is reduced by 1%. Income tax is increased by 90%, net income is reduced by 1%. So there is a relation. What's the relation? 19% increase of income tax is same as 1% decrease of net income. Repeating, 19% increase of income tax is same as 1% decrease of net income, because of this increase in its income tax, the net income is reduced by 1%. Okay. As I increase income tax by 19%, the net income is reduced by 1%. So then those must be same. So I can equate 19% increase of income tax is same as 1% decrease of net income decreased by 1%. So if the income tax is increased by 19%, net income decreased by 1%. Because of this increase in income tax, net income is decreased. So it means both are same. So 19% of income tax is equal to 1% of net income. What I'll do, I'll just multiply. I'll just multiply both sides with 100. Then it will become 1900%. 1900% of income tax is equal to 100% of net income. 100% of net income is nothing but net income itself. 100% of net income is nothing but net income. 100% of my salary means what? My salary itself. 100% of something is that itself. So 100% of net income is nothing but net income itself. So that is equal to 1900% of income tax. 1900% of income tax, I'll just remove the percentage. 1900%. To remove percentage, we have to divide it with 100. So income tax will be like that one. So 100 and I will start it then. 19 times of income tax is equal to net income. But I know income means whatever the salary we get minus income tax will be nothing but net income. Net income is nothing but in hand salary. So in this income, some taxes will be removed. After removing, we will get net income. That whatever the amount we get as in our account is net income. But I know net income is equal to 19 times of income tax, right? I'll put it as 19 times of income tax minus income tax. This is equal to income. So I'll put this here and put it right side, then I'll get 20 times of income tax. 20 times of income tax equal to my income. Suppose if 10 rupees of income tax is given on me, what will be my income? 200. So income tax percentage is nothing but 10 out of 200. So from this, see, I'm writing it here. So 10 out of 200 is nothing but 10 by 200 into 100 to get the percentage. So it will be 5 percentage. 10 by 200 is nothing but 1 by 20. 1 by 20 into 100 means 5%. If we calculated it as 20 times of income tax is equal to our income. I assumed income tax as 10 rupees, then I got 200 as my income. But I need income tax percentage, right? So 10 out of 200 will become as 5%. After our simplification, we got the final equation as income equals to 20 times income. I just assumed income tax as 10 rupees. I assumed income tax is 10 rupees, then I calculated percentage as 10 by 200. So what is the final equation we got? Income equals to 20 times income tax. So if you want to calculate income tax, just take this 20 this side, 1 by 20 into income. So 1 by 20 times of income is nothing but income tax. But you need percentage value, right? Then 1 by 20 into 100 is nothing but 5%. Like that also you can calculate, or else just assume income tax as 10 rupees. Then total income will be 200. So income tax percentage you need. This is the income tax and this is the income. 10 divided by 200 into 100. 10 divided by 200. Income tax divided by income into 100 is nothing but income tax percentage. So like that also you get 5%. So it both the basic. Next question. The population of a village was 9,600 in a year. With the increase in the population of males by 8% and that of females by 5%, the population of the village became 1,176. What was the number of males in the village before increase? So initial population was 9,600. There were females and males. I'll assume them as males, males as M, plus females as which is equal to 96. So what happened? Population males increased by 8%. It will become 108 by 100. Yeah. And then females will become 105 by 100. Yeah. This is equal to 1017. There are two equations we got. This is one equation, this is another equation. If I subtract 1 from 2, then it will be 108 by 100 and minus m. It is nothing but 8m by 100 plus 5f by 100. 10,176 minus 9,600 is nothing but 76. 576. See, this is only not there. Only 576 is left. Now I'll take this 100 to the side and then 8m plus 5m is equals to 576. We know another equation mf m plus f is equal to 9600. But I only need m value because males population before increase. Male population. What was the number of male in the village before increase? That was the question. So m we need to find out. So to find out m, I should eliminate m. So there is 5f here. If I make this 5f, then I can eliminate. So that for that I'll multiply this entire equation with 5. So then it will become what it will become 5m plus 5f is equal to 30, either 45, 48. 48,000, 48,000, 50,600 there. So if I subtract this, if I subtract this equation from this, then I'll get in terms of males 3m. 3m is equals to 57,600 minus 48 is nothing but 9,600. So what I need only male value, then it will be 3,200. So the answer is 3,200, third option. See, 2-digit positive number. The digit in the units place is digit in the units place is equal to the square of the digit in tens place. Okay. Suppose there is x and y. In units place x is there, in units place y is there, in units place x is there. The digit in the units place, the digit in the units place. What is the unit in units place? Y. So the digit in the units place y is square of the digit in the tens place. It is nothing but x square is equals to y. Like that, how many numbers, possible numbers are there? How many possible numbers are there? X square should become equal to y. See, I'll take 24. So in tens place 2 is there and in its place 4 is there. 2 square is 4, satisfying, right? That is one possibility. Next, we'll take 39. 3 square is 9. So there are only two possible numbers in that part. Next, what is that? And the difference between the number of tens, 24 and 39, only two possible numbers. Because beyond 3 square are two-digit numbers, right? So the in a two-digit positive number, the digit in the units place is equal to the square of the digit in the tens place. So 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. Next. Sorry. And the difference between the number obtained by interchanging the digits. Interchanging the digits means interchange for you just interchange them, it will become 42 and this will become 93. So by interchanging the numbers, the difference between the number obtained by interchanging the digit and the number is 54. So after interchanging, if I subtract 24 from 42, it won't be 54. The same way, when I subtract 39 from 93, it will become 54. So the possibility is only 39. Okay, but the possibility as 39. Now we will see what would be the next question. System is not responding. I have to clear the caching and set it up again. We can have waiting. I clear it up. So because of this, there is some delay. Please excuse for that. Now we got it right. 39 is the only possible number. What is he asking that we will calculate? once it loads vehicle. So what is asking? What is 10% of the version number? So 39 is the version number, 10% of is 3.9. Second option. Where is second option? Next question. Study the given pie chart carefully and answer the following question. If scholarship has to be paid out of the donation fund, then what is the percentage of donation fund used for this purpose? Round up to two decimal places. See, the entire fund that school gets from the different sources is equal to rupees 10 lakh. So school is getting 10 lakhs of amount from different sources. Different sources in the sense NGOs is giving 18%, donation by donation they are getting 35, internal sources 15, and governmental sources 2%. Like that, they are getting 100% of funds that is equal to 10 lakhs. So in this, donation part is 35%. What he is asking, what is the percentage of donation fund used for this purpose? Okay, uses of funds by school. Scholarship has to be paid out of the donation. So from this 35% donation, they are paying scholarship 26%. Scholarship for scholarship they are spending 26%. Out of this 10 lakh, they are spending 26% for scholarship. So if you add all these things, that is also 10 lakhs, and if you add all these things, that is also 10 lakh. So in this 10 lakh, 26% is for scholarship. And here 35% they are getting it as donation. So now he is asking if scholarship has to be paid out of the donation fund, then what is the percentage of donation fund used for this purpose? It means total percentage of donation is 35 out of 10 lakhs. And total percentage of scholarship is 26% out of 10 lakhs. So 26 out of 35 is how much percent? That is what he is asking. So 26 divided by 35 into 100. What it would be? Seven, 20, 10, 20. So 520, 12 by 7, 12 by 7, 7 is 39, 3, 38, 39, 12 goes of 28, 20, 7 twos of 14, 16, so 28 something units. So 74.29, 74.29 is a simple thing. So 10 lakh is obtained from different sources, out of which donation is around 30%. The same 10 lakh is spent for different purposes, so out of which scholarship is 26%. So 26% is how much percentage of 35%? So 26 by 35 into 100. Next question. The given table shows the percentage of marks obtained by 5 students in 5 different subjects. 5 students in 5 different subjects in a school is given in a table form. So now he's saying what is Hitan's overall percentage or up to 27 places in the results. Hitan's is the first person. But you observe here English is having 100 marks, but science is not having 100, it is 50, 150. Mathematics, all the other subjects having 100 marks except science. But here, the percentages are given, not the marks. The given table shows the percentages of marks, not the marks. So you need to find out the marks first. So for 150, 70% you get. How many marks you get? You need to calculate. So it means for 150, 10% is 15. 70% is 10 into 7. 10 7 is how much? 105 marks you get. So here you need to put 105. That is obtained, then answer is finished. So you add all these marks and add all those marks. Divide these marks, put up those marks. So it means uh, now I'm calculating. See, 75, 55, how much? 5 I'm adding here, 60, 60, 70, 130. Okay, till this for 3 subjects, 130. Next year, uh, see, 105, 105. Next, 64, 67, 120, 130. The marks are 6, 6, 366. So 366 divided by total marks how many? 550 or 550. 200. So 0 0 gets cancelled. 5 2 0, 5 11 0, 11 3 0 33. 11 3 multiply it and divide. So 366 into 2 how much? 366 into 2 is 360 twice 120. 30. So 66 point something, so only one option. Answer. So now you understood, right? People, what mistake they do is they will just add 70 instead of. That's what you need. You should not do. The next question. In a constituency, 80% of the total number of people on the electrical roll cast their votes during an election. 10% of the votes cast were declared invalid. So 100% votes were not counted. Only 85% were polled, out of which 10% invalid. So if there were 3,000 people on the electoral roll, so if there were 3 lakhs people, 3 lakhs people means out of which 80% were have come for the voting. Constituting 84% of the total number of people in the electoral roll. During the election, 10% of the votes were declared invalid after voting. If there were 3 lakh people on the electoral roll and Dharam got secured okay, valid votes. So what percentage of total number of valid votes? In Dharam secured, simple question. See, total votes how many are? 3 lakhs. Out of which only 85% polled. See, what is 10% in it? 30,000. 30,000 is 10%. 5%, 15,000. Add both of them. 45,000. 45,000 you remove from 3 lakhs. Right? You get 85% because 85% only polled. So if I remove 45,000 from 3 lakhs, what I get? You will think. 2 lakh 55. These are the votes polled, out of which 10% is invalid. 10% is nothing but 2 lakh 55,000. 25,500 is invalid. So I'll remove this 25,500. So 0, 0, 5, 14 minus 5. So 3, 2, 1. 2 lakhs 19,500 valid votes from this relative. And the current secure. What percentage of the total number of valid votes did Dharan secure? That is a question. You understood, right? What I did, 85% of the total number of people on the electoral roll cast their votes during the election. So 10% of the votes were declared invalid. If there were, so 3 lakhs people, out of 3 lakhs people, 15% I need to remove because they did not vote. 15% is nothing but 10% is 30,000, 15,000 is 5%, 15% is 45. I remove them now. Total number of votes polled is 2,55,000, out of which 10% is invalid, nothing but 25,500. I need to remove 25,500. Means I will get how many? From 2 lakhs 55, 2,55,000, out of which I need to remove 25,500 from 0, 0, 10 minus 5, 5, 4 minus 5, 14 minus 5, 9, 4 minus 2, 2. I need to write 2 years, sorry. Because I understood based on result, I understood that was a mistake. So 22, 2,29,500 were the valid polled votes. So, okay. What percentage of the total number of valid votes? Durham city. What is the Durham votes value? 1,37,700 out of 2,29,500. Unit percentage, so that's why into 100. So these two zeros will get cancelled. With respect to 5, we need to calculate 2295, right? 5 4 is 20, 5 5 is 25, 5 9 is 55, 5 2 is 20, 5 5 is 10, 5 7 is 35, so 5 5 is 25, 5 4. Okay. 2754. Okay. Further, 9 5 are 9, 9 3 are 260, 206, 51, 60 times. So 60%. So we got it as 60%. This first option. Next question. The monthly income The monthly income of a person was rupees 80,000 and his monthly expenditure was 45,000 next year. His income increased by 16% and his expenditure increased by 8%. And the percentage increase in his savings. We know income minus expenditure is equal to saving. Monthly income of a person was 80,000 first. Expenditure was 45,000. How much he saved? Next year his income has increased. Okay. How much is saved? 45, 15, 35. So next year what happened? His income increased by 16%. 16% means 10% is 8,000, 15% is 5,000 more, and 1% is 800. So 12,800 he has increased. So 92,800 is his increasing sign. That's 16% increase. And next, uh, and his expenditure increased by 8%. Expenditure increased by 8%. So this one should be increased by 8%. 8% means 10% minus 2%. 8% is nothing but 10 minus 2, right? So 10% is 4,500. 2% is 450 into 4,900. So it is nothing but 4,500 minus 900. So 15 minus 9, 3,600. So 3,600 you have to subtract from 4,500, then it will be 3,600 and subtract. So 4 is to 0, and minus 6 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1, 41,400. How much it is becoming? 51,400. How was the question? Find the percentage increase in his savings. So now, next saving is 51,400. Initially it was 35. So you add it is now 16,400 is divided by 35,000. So 62 times is 32. Options to check. So it should be less than 32%. Obviously. So 44 is not the answer. There are two options. We'll calculate it. 100. So it's cancelled. 0, it's cancelled. Everything. So 20. 4%. 4%. His income increased by 60%. Expenditure increased by 8%. Increase in savings. 20,000, 45,000, 92,800. Okay. 45,000. Oh, sorry. We're not supposed to subtract here. Here expenditure is not decreased, it is also increased. I'm sorry. So we are supposed to add here, not subtract. So 8% is nothing but 3,645, 48,600. 48,000, 8,600. Subtract 92, 800, 48, 600. Now we subtract 200, 12 minus 8, 4, 8, 44, 200, 44, 200. So from 35 to 44, 200, 9,200. 9,200 divided by 30. Then we have to compare it with the initial number. 500 to expansion 0, expansion. So 5 7 are 5 1 are 5, 5 8 are 40. Subtracting here and cancelling here. 5 1 are 5, 5 4 are 20. So 7 2 are 14. And 26.3 approximately. So is the conversion. Next question. The following pie chart shows the different colored dresses worn by 60 students in a college party. Study the pie chart and answer the question that follows. 40% blue, 30% red, plus opinion. The decrease for the blue color dress sector, which represents 40%, is the 40% angle we need to find because the answers are degrees. The total is 360 degrees. 360 degrees is responsible for 100. 40% of 40 now, very simple question. 36 into 4 is what it is. Sometimes those are simple questions only in the pie chart, but looking at this question, people get afraid and they don't even touch it. So that's what you know. You should do. The long questions will be obviously easy questions. The population of the city increased by 30% in the first year and decreased by 15% in the next year. See, 30% increase means 130. Next, suppose I think the population is X. After 1 year, it became 130 is 900. And in the next year, it is decreased by 15. Decreased by 15 means once it became this much, you have to multiply that whole thing with 85 by 100 because decreased by 15. Decreased by 15 means it became 85. So 85 by 100 into the increased value. After 1 year, how much value is there on that unit? So decreased by 15 the next year. With the present population is equal. So once you can multiply these two numbers, then it should be equal to this one. Because the present population is this one. First it increased. After increase, it will become 130 by 100x. After increase, again it decreased by 50%. So it will become, instead of 100%, it became 85. So 85 by 100 into this one. If you solve this, you will get the answer. And then population 2 years ago is asking, means he is asking about x value. 0, 0, x cancel. Okay. Now I'll do 5 to the 10, 5 5 to the 10, then 5 70. Definitely 13 and 17 to 1. Should go with 13 and 17. 70. 21 the 17 on the 17. These are 13, 30. So it's equal to 10,000. It means 2 years ago his population was 10,000. Population was 10,000. After that 13% it is increased. 13% means 30% means 10% is 10. So it became 13,000. Again, what happened? Decreased by 15%. 15% decrease means 10% is 1300, 5% is 650. So 1300 plus 650. 0, 5, 12, 650. You need to add. So if you add, because you need to subtract 15% out. So 0, 5, 9, 1950 you have to subtract from this. So how should it become? It should become the value which is given in the question.